In the previous video, we saw how we can use the grid template areas to align grid items. But as I said, this is not the only way you can do it. So in this video, we will be using different properties to align grid items. And that is by using the grid column start, the grid column end, the grid row start, and the grid row end properties. These properties determine a grid item's location within the grid by referring to specific grid lines. Here I'm using the Firefox web browser and I'm making use of the grid inspector tool. So it is showing me the grid lines. So you can use these lines to change the location of a specific grid item. For instance, if we target this grid item and type in grid column start and set a value of 1, then grid column and set a value of 3, now this grid item will move to this specific location. And the same thing is for the row. If you say grid row start 2 and grid row and 4, now your grid item will move to this specific location. There is also a shorthand property that you can use. So here, instead of using the grid column start and the grid column end, you can use the grid column. The first value will be for the grid column start, and then add a slash, then you set the value for the grid column end. And the same thing for the grid row start and the grid row end. So let's remove these lines and type in grid row. Then we set the value for the grid row start, we add a slash, then set a value for the grid row end. The grid row and the grid column can also be set in another way. So here, instead of saying that it starts from the first column and ends at the 3 column, you can set something like starts from the first column, then use the keyword span, then a number which will make the item span across the provided number of grid tracks.